Wayne came out the window first, then Turk followed right behind him. Each had two garbage bags filled with powder cocaine and more than 200,000 in cash. They were two cousins getting ready to take the San Francisco city streets over by force, fear, and pure hustle. Turk came up in Hunters Point, one of the city's biggest and most notorious neighborhoods. San Francisco is a violent city hid by the glamorous tourist attractions similar to a two-way mirror. You think you only see one side, but on the other side is a world plagued by drugs, guns, fast cars, young girls, and money. There were four major public housing projects in the city: Fillmore, Potrero Hill, Hunters Point, and Sunnydale. Sunnydale was where Wayne grew up. Around the neighborhood they called him Little Swamp, aka Little Swampy Desert. He never learned to read and write like the other kids in his neighborhood. He almost never was enrolled in public schools, so the streets was an early teacher of the art of survival in the poorest and most treacherous place one could imagine to live, day in and day out. It was summertime 1990. The city was scorching hot, not like the previous summers. This was the hottest the urban kids in San Francisco had seen by far. Wayne spent most of his days at Coleman Swimming Pool and hanging out in front of Little Village. Little Village was the corner store that the 3,000 plus residents of Sunnydale projects all shared to buy small item groceries. On the other side of the city, Turk was spending his summer hanging out at Jolie Gym, shooting hoops and flirting with all the young girls. Turk always stayed fresh. Even as a youngster, he kept his hat turned to the side, fresh Nikes on his feet, and a cocky attitude to match. Back then, scooters and mopeds was the best way for any 11 or 12-year-old kid to get around the neighborhood on. Gas was cheap, and the hot item scooters was available in all the middle-class areas of the city. Most times on the way to middle school, Turk and his friends would spot a moped on the long 24 bus ride they would take from the Bayview district to James Lick Middle School. Soon as a nice zoomer or a jog or a spree would be seen, the bus bell would ring. After one of the boys would yell, "We up, we up." That was the sound that would alarm the small clique of friends. They was on some new wheels. It wouldn't take but a second and two pair of arms to grab the handlebars and break the steering column neck, then pull a plastic cover open below the front handlebars, take the plastic plug apart, turn ignition on, and that baby would start right up and would be gone. I know many people in the white neighborhoods around town woke up and came outside and saw their scooters gone. That was all thanks to the young boys from the Bayview district. They had it on lock when it came to getting them Hot Wheels. Even though they stole a lot of mopeds, they were never really into stealing cars. Mopeds were like bikes, and anything on two wheels gave the boys in the ghetto a fun afternoon, zooming up and down the block with two or three homeboys hanging off the back, navigating their way through the city, searching for even more toys to bring back to the hood. On the other side of town, Wayne was getting into a whole other type of mischievous behavior. Sunnydale was always known for the grimy lifestyle where kids witness murders and drug deals and robberies happening on a daily basis, either to their family members or by their family members. Wayne was 11 years old when an older cat named Adrian first introduced him to powder rock cocaine, at that time called Hubba Rocks. Adrian went by the nickname Skinny A. He was like the bully type in the neighborhood. All other youngsters knew Skinny A could use his fists real good and was always taking things from people whenever he caught them in his territory, which was known as up the hill. Wayne was from down the hill. Sunnydale and other neighborhoods in San Francisco was weird like that. You see, even though you had this one big neighborhood known as Sunnydale, which was broke up of Blythedale Street, Sunnydale Street, Santos Street, the kids that would be up the hill called their side up the hill, and the kids that lived down the hill called their side down the hill. Skinny A took a liking to Wayne, even though he was 3 years younger than him and from another side of his neighborhood. That made Wayne look up to Skinny A like a big brother. Wayne also knew that a lot of cats from Sunnydale wanted to kill Skinny A. See, not too long ago, as Skinny A pulled a lick and stole about $20,000 of drug money from one of his friend's house. The friend, a smart street kid named Luke, was keeping one of his older homeboys safe inside of his mama house. One day, Skinny A came over the house to play Nintendo with Luke. While they were playing a game, Luke told Skinny A about the money in a safe he had in his bedroom with about 20 grand in it. Skinny A muscled young Luke out the money, even though Luke didn't want to go along with the plan. He knew Skinny A was not one to argue with without getting an ass kicking to go with it. At that age, 20 grand was a lot of money to a 14-year-old. As usual, he went out and bought a couple used cars from older homies around the hood who were more than willing to charge him a higher price since he was young and spending large amounts of money real fast. The word got back fast to the older cat whose money was stolen out the safe. Luke couldn't hold water. He told the older cat real fast that it was all Skinny A doing about the money being took out the safe. The older cat and all his homies were hunting Skinny A down on a daily basis. Good thing for Luke, they didn't do nothing to him. They knew he was a little scary and just had let Skinny A take advantage of him. Skinny A was having a wonderful time spending money on any and everything he could get his hands on, and he was more than generous with the wealth. He bought things for everybody that was hanging around him. He bought Wayne a $600 car from a dope fiend. He bought his pretty light-skinned girlfriend some stuff from Ceremony Mall. Skinny A had a badass girlfriend. Her name was Tashina. She was about the prettiest girl in the city. All Skinny A homeboys liked her, including Wayne. The car paint shop in Oakland, called Brownies, was where all the local dope boys from San Francisco and other cities in the Bay Area would go to get their top and interior and fresh candy paint to have their whip clean to showcase in their neighborhood to let the ghetto know they were getting their money. Skinny A and Wayne was in Brownies one afternoon, along with Skinny A's girlfriend Tashina and his cousin RG. RG was 2 years younger than Skinny A. He was from Lakeview, another neighborhood in San Francisco where a lot of money was made and cats were really getting that guap. While Wayne, Skinny A, Tashina, and RG was waiting for Skinny A's cougar to get finished, getting waxed and buffed, something a paint shop would do a month after getting a fresh paint. An all-black Granada pulled up, slapping 415's Niggas Just Jock Me song by Richie Rich and D-Log. Before anyone realized, the passenger and back doors flew open. 3 black masked gunmen popped out the car while the music was still pounding, and the trunk was knocking crazy. Had to be 415s in the trunk. Before anybody could move, frozen out of fear of the 3 masked men, one holding an AK assault rifle, the other with a sawed-off shotgun, and one with a handgun. The one with the handgun ran in the garage entrance to the paint shop where Skinny A and Wayne were standing. He put the gun in Skinny A's head and told him to get his ass in the car. The other 2 pointed the guns at everybody, even the people working inside cleaning Skinny A's 6'9" Cougar. Tashina was screaming as the car peeled off with Skinny A in the back seat. Wayne grabbed the keys from off the wall where the paint shop kept all the keys for their cars they had in the garage. He told the owner of the shop he was taking Skinny A's Cougar so the police wouldn't take it if they had to come by there later. And Wayne said he already knew what this was about. 2 days went by before Skinny A showed up early Monday, about 7 o'clock in the morning. Wayne was still asleep on the couch of the apartment Skinny A had that his godmother had left him in the neighborhood. RG was in one of the bedrooms and Tashina was in Skinny A's room. They were all waiting after sitting up for 2 nights, waiting on any information about where Skinny A was. Tashina ran to the room window after hearing 3 drum beats on the front door. Wayne grabbed his .380 pistol from under the couch where he slept. He could hear somebody breathing heavy from the other side of the wall near the front door. Wayne, let me in, nigga. It's me, hey. Wayne hurried the door open to see Skinny A standing there smiling with a bag of McDonald's in his hand. RG was fresh up, still in his clothes from last night, holding his gun when he saw his cousin at the door. Man, y'all not gonna believe what the fuck them niggas did to a nigga blood, Skinny A said, still smiling and digging in his McDonald's bag. RG set his gun down on the floor while grabbing a pack of Garcia Vegas off the table. Tashina came running down the stairs and almost knocked Skinny A down as she hugged him, asking what had happened to him. Long story, A said, while kicking his shoes off, trying to get comfortable. as if he just didn't come back from almost getting killed.